you doing? From the Phil Williams Show. How you doing? God bless you guys. Thank you again for tuning in. Another day. Another day. Another day. I love you guys dearly. Thank you again. What's up, Cliff Kelly? How you feeling, Cliff? Man. Hey, man, a lot of prayers going out to your city out there, Cliff. I know you guys are dealing with a lot of police shootings out there, burying some of your police officers. What's up, Gary Blackman? Loretta Sessions, how you doing? Chris Watkins, Pamela Mashiro Keaton, how you doing, Pamela? Glenn Talley, Leon Chandler. If you guys are tuning in, Miss Bazin, Patricia Bazin, Master Sergeant Bazin, my business partner with Little Jimmy's Get Fit Challenge. How you doing, ma'am? Bazin Health Zone. Check them out. How you doing, Rosemary Anderson? Mary Pugsley Malloy. How you feeling? Again, Cliff, prayers out to your city. Prayers to all our cities. It's anybody's losing their life over any reason. Man, much prayer, much prayer. Yes, Ms. Bazin, my favorite business partner. Thank you, ma'am. Guys, just want to say, if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to the Phil Williams Show. I'm your host, Phil Williams. And just thank you. Thank you for joining in. If you're listening to me for the first time, stick around for a while. You might learn something about me. You might learn something about me. And please go like the Phil Williams Show page. Please go like the page. It's Phil Williams Show on Facebook. Like the page. We'd like to see more people come in. Please follow this page so that you'll get alerts when I'm coming on. And how you doing, Melody? I don't know how you Melody. I don't know how to say your last name. Was that Shimshire? Shirmshire? Probably that. I don't know. Apologize. What's up, Chris Zeller? Alice Steen. How you doing, Alice? God bless you. But anyway, guys, let me start out by telling you that I love you guys. I really, really do. I love you guys. And there's nobody out there that's going to get me not to love you. I'm not going to let anything in this world trick me into hating you. I just can't do it, man, because it's one, I don't want it to be in my DNA. I don't want it to be in my DNA. Now, saying all that, this is where I want to go today. Anybody that tries to call me a liberal, you are a person, in my opinion, that has no legitimate argument because you don't know me and there's nothing that I've ever done that said I'm a liberal. Now, if you're calling me a liberal based on the fact that I'm not supporting your favorite politician, that makes you even more interesting to me. Nobody that knows me that's been following me for 3 years would ever call me a liberal. Ever. But see, I understand that's your argument because you're probably a liberal. But that's your only argument. You call my friends liberals. You call people that I've been following for a long period of time, you call them liberals. I got a question for you. Is it just me or does it seem like everybody's becoming counter-dependent on the government? It's like we have to be for some form of government versus the government being for us. Because that's what it seems like. All you Trump humpers and Cruz humpers and whoever, it just seems like if we do not conform to being for some kind of government entity controlling us, doing things for us, or something of that nature, then we have to be hated upon. I have to be called a liberal. I am a true conservative. I am a true Christian. There is nothing that I will ever say that will encourage you to be counter-dependent on government for anything. Even though I know that government does have a place in our worldly lives. But if I'm a person that's trying to show you how you've been burned by government, the very same people you're telling me to support, if I'm sharing these facts with you, your only response is you're a liberal? No, I'm a political atheist. I have no faith in any of the parties. I put not my faith in any of the politics. I am not that one that says, well, he's done some good things. No. I don't do that. That's just like you trying to convince me that Jeffrey Dahmer has done some good things when he's known for eating people. You can't convince me that Ted Bundy did some good things. You can't convince me that Charles Manson done some good things. See, that's how politicians are to me. They have agendas. They're not listening to us. So there is no good thing that you can try to convince me to not be critical of a politician. I don't care what side of the aisle. See, liberals have never done good things as far as I'm concerned. They're human beings and they deserve the love of Christ just like anybody else. But as far as politics are concerned, I'm never liberalism. I will never go with a liberal. I don't care if they just registered 3 minutes ago as a Republican. That's not enough for me. So all you people that want to call me a liberal, all you people that want to call anybody critical of this Mr. Trump guy liberal and all this kind of stuff, I encourage you to check the tape. There is good reason why I feel the way that I feel. Check the tape. See, let's just take single-payer healthcare, government-ran healthcare. Let's just take that one, for instance. If you check the tape, I'm not pulling something out of my behind. I'm not pulling something out of my ears. I'm not pulling something out of thin air that has me not be for Trump. Because I know he wants to end up with government-run healthcare. See, the Democrats know it too. See, I know this. Check the tape. He said it. I'm not making anything up. Since I know he wants government-run health care, I can't give him an inch on anything that he wants to be run by the government. I can't. Because the end result is what? I am endorsing or going along with my own demise. I want government to be non-existent except for the roles that government is supposed to play. See, since I know this is his end result, everything else he's telling me is BS. And so now I got to be a liberal for that? I got to be non-Christian because I got to be... Check the tape. See, if you check the tape of Donald Trump, to me it makes you the liberal that don't want me, in my way, to call out your liberal. See, I'm a conservative. I'm a Christian. If you're not for God, I can check the tape and show that you're not for God. I don't care what kind of acronym you put on. I don't care what kind of title you bring, bishop this, pastor that. I don't care. Check the tape before you come call me a liberal. I am sitting here watching a person that ran for office with more lawsuits against him than any other person has ever run for president. And I'm watching him, encouraging you to dismantle our legal system. I'm watching you. I'm watching him cast aspersions on the FBI, CIA, all the people that can call him on the carpet. Check the tape. I'm not making up that he has all these lawsuits against him. I'm not making up that he sues Americans. I'm not making up that he takes Americans' properties. I'm not making this stuff up. Check the tape. And now you're going to try to make me seem illegitimate by calling me a liberal? This dude hates the legal system. He hated it coming in. Now he's in the crosshairs. He's up here cherry picking and trying to find which person's going to be loyal to him. But because he gave you 30 pieces of silver and a tax cut and a $1.50 raise on your paycheck, now you're going to call me a liberal? Check the tape. Just because you bought into your 30 pieces of silver, just because you bought into all this other foolishness, it can't be Hillary. That's another thing, by the way. Why is Hillary still relevant? See, this is the part that's really confusing to me about this Mueller thing, about this whole Russia thing. Comey helped your boy. If it wasn't for Comey bringing up that Hillary's still being investigated 5 days before the election, your man would not probably be the president right now. Comey helped him win. When the Democrats wanted to get rid of Comey, you guys were the ones saying, no, No, you can't get rid of Comey. He helped your boy. See, it's almost like how we puppeted Saddam Hussein. We prop Saddam Hussein up 1 minute, and then when it's convenient, we give him weapons of mass destruction so we can justify why we need to kill him. That's how I feel about Comey. And that's just me being honest and fair. He was good for you when he got you elected, when he threw that thing out there about Hillary. But now he's not good for you. Now you got to Saddam Hussein him. You got to kill him. And you got to make some dossier into like he's got weapons of mass destruction. And everybody needs to get the pitchforks and stuff and go in there and invade Comey's house and get rid of him. And anything attached to Comey. That's interesting to me. I don't think Donald Trump would be president if it wasn't for Comey. But that's just my opinion. And I'm a liberal? I'm a liberal? See, the unfortunate side for me is that I didn't have a radio show, or I didn't have a voice, or I didn't have this going on when Obama was in. Because then you would have heard how I was a house nigger. The Republicans' little satchel boy. You would have heard all the Uncle Toms that I was. Because I wasn't for Obama by any stretch of the imagination. You couldn't hit me with, he's done a few good things. Because I'm a conservative and he's a liberal. Period. That's my principles. That's where I stand, and I'll put my face and my voice. I'm not hiding behind a thumbnail. I'm not hiding behind somebody's keyboard. I'm not hiding behind you come trolling on my page and then call me a troll. I'm not hiding. I'm right here. No teleprompter, no words written, coming straight from my heart. But I was every house nigga in the book going against our first black president. I didn't have a radio show. But he was government. See, how I was raised. Let me show. Want to accuse me of being black and liberal because you stereotype, hypocrite, so-called conservative Trump humpers. See, when I was coming up, every elder in our community told us, never trust the government. That's what they told us. Don't trust the government. They would use things like Tuskegee, and they would use things like the Ku Klux Klan, and they would use things like this to show me as a young black man how I should never trust the government. How they hoodwink and bamboozle you. Never trust the government. There was people convincing me that I need to be Muslim. There was people convincing me that I need to be Catholic. There's people convincing me that no, I'm just a Christian. I love Jesus Christ. I chose that myself. Yeah, getting whoopings and going to church with my grandmama probably helped a little bit. But when it came to choosing Jesus Christ for myself, I chose it myself. But I was always told, Phil, don't trust the government. So when Obama became the president, I still kept that. I watched every black person that I know apoplectic over our first black president, and I'm watching him go from never trust the government to trusting the government because he's black. I've seen some white people saying, oh, I can prove I'm not racist. I heard Joe Biden, an actual Democrat, say he's clean, he's articulate. I'm going like, wow, as a black man, that's kind of offensive. But I don't care how offensive it is, I am not going to get behind him because he is government. And he's a liberal. So I understand saying whatever's on the teleprompter. I understand doing what it takes to get elected. I understand all the canned speeches, focus group tested, say this kind of buzzwords, you get these kind of people to do this. I understand the hypnosis. I understand all that stuff because I'm a thinking man. So you weren't with me when you heard me beating up on Obama. But guess what? I'm watching you. I'm watching you. The ones who want to call me and my friends liberals. I'm watching you turn into the biggest hypocrites known to mankind. I'm watching 1 minute, you guys, check the tape, sitting on your hands when Obama is giving away all the taxpayers' money in all of his programs during his State of the Unions. All 8 of them. I'm watching you sit on your hands. I even heard one of you yell out and tell him straight up, you're a liar. Check the tape. Then all of a sudden, because Monsieur Orange Peel gets up there and Democrats sit down, now all you sanctimonious so-called ridiculous Christian conservatives or Republicans or whatever, now all of a sudden the Democrats need to be hung. Look at them sitting down because the president's talking. Hypocrites. And it's not me defending Obama. It's about principles, man. And I'm the liberal. You're doing the same thing liberals do. Say it long enough and somebody will believe it. Courtesy of Mr. Shucky Ducky. And I'm the liberal? I'm the one trying to destroy this country? You guys can't even be principled enough to know just a year ago. You idiots was the ones sitting down when Obama was giving his farewell speech. Hypocrites. And because I want to point out that hypocrisy, I'm the liberal? Isn't it you guys? For whatever reason you have, the preservation of the white race from the census saying we're going to be in the minority by 2043 and our children are going to be in the minority by 2020. Isn't it possible that you guys got the problem? This is why you're protecting your orange peel? Because that's the thing that you can't even be honest about and come out from, peek from behind your thumbnail and let somebody really see who you really are? You're not brave enough to make a video and call me a liberal to my face. You can't even pass the "is that you really you" thumbnail test. See, this is the thing. I'm going to make this very clear about Phil Williams. Everything I talk about, the end result is we the people, not them the government. The government's going to do what it's going to do. But guess what? We'll be able to withstand whatever them fools do. Us. I can't get your support because I don't support orange Julius Caesar salad with Russian dressing. So I can't get your support. Guess what? Little Dookie staying gangster rappers still rapping your child into doing drugs. So have your favorite politician come and deal with that. See, me, I say like this, people got the freedom of speech. But here's some alternative music to help encourage your kids not to do drugs. And I can't get your support because you're too busy trying to figure out how Phil is being effective calling your golden calf what it is. At the end of the day, what I'm going to do because it's through Christ Jesus will stand. And what you think you're supporting is going to move on to the sunset. It's going to move on. It's going to ride off into the sunset. And you're going to be like, shame, shame. Because that's all you're going to be left with. It's just shame. Shame on you. We're going to lose our country because you can't understand the we the people, not them the politician. They're taking taxpayers' money, giving you a raise because why? The businesses wouldn't give you a raise. They're giving you a raise with taxpayer money. And your only recourse is, at least he's not Hillary. Why wouldn't Hillary do that? Oh, Hillary wouldn't give it a tax cut. Oh. And then I'm the liberal. Every freaking thing that came out of Donald Trump's mouth in the State of the Union was costing us. And you guys are standing there. Why aren't you guys clapping for my president? Let me tell you something else that's more concerning. Yes, I know he does it with his funny look and his funny thing, and you can be able to have your little jump off the train thing and say he was joking. But this is very serious. This man jokes about it's treasonous because you didn't stand for him. And I'm the liberal? He's floating his trial balloon out there. It's See, he created a new lock her up, because Hillary thing is falling flat. He created a new thing. Democrats are treasonous because they didn't stand when I said something that I felt they should be standing for. I threw trinkets at the black community. I'm really riding on the horse that Obama did. But I want all the credit for it. And you won't stand and give that to me? That's treason now? That's treason? That doesn't concern you? As some so-called self-righteous conservative Christian, that does not concern you. A man with his past, track record, and present is calling another American that does not stand for him treasonous? Come on, man. How many jokes have you seen turn into reality? And I'm a liberal? All I want for our country is for us to be more united. That's all I want. That's why I don't block. That's why I don't unfriend. And if I do it, I consult with others to make sure that I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I am principled. I will subject myself to be held accountable. That's why you can't find one show where I've ever apologized for anything that I've said. Not that I'm perfect, it's that I know exactly what I want to say, and I'm saying it. I don't have no notes, I don't have no speech writer, I don't have anything. I just got me, and I got you, but more so I got Christ Jesus. I want to see us, with all of our differences of opinions, I want to see us come together and help these children in the community. That's what I want to see. I'm demonstrating that it can be done without any government approval. It's ethical, it's legal, and it's moral. And it's the same thing that we're crying that needs to be done for our children and our families in any of the communities. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And I'm putting my name and my face and my reputation on the line. I am trying to show all of us that if you could just donate $1 while you still fund your politician, just donate $1, donate $5, donate Starbucks coffee money. We can do some amazing things. That's what I'm about. I did when I first started endorsing of a candidate, I endorsed Ben Carson at first, not because he couldn't be the president, but the inspiration of a person that come from the ghettos of Detroit, mother making a decision that she's not going to lose her son to the streets, and put a book in his hand. This is why I wrote a book for our children, to put a book in their hand. Him being the president, he'll sink and swim on his own. If he can't do the right policy thing, you guys will see it. If he doesn't say the right thing as far as national security, you guys will see it. Him not being the president will be based on votes. But the inspiration of this black man that had that kind of past running for president is what I was wanting to share. That's what I latched on to. And I got let down by that, and he supported Trump, and I'm going like, wow, this dude called you a pedophile. He tells the people in Iowa, it's some kind of racist undertone thing. I'm watching this thing, and then you endorse him. But guess what? We're all not perfect. Boom, I endorsed Ben Carson, and I said, man, I got let down. Then I went over to Rubio for a second. Why? Because I thought Rubio's age and things like this was very inspirational. Then I found out he was the same age as Ted Cruz. And I was like, wow, man, shoot. Age looks pretty good on Rubio. But then I'm watching and I'm listening and I'm going, And then Ted Cruz, with the help of Lita Whitener. Lita Whitener turned me on to Ted Cruz. We talked on the phone. She shared some things with me. And I was kind of upset with Ted Cruz because of the Ben Carson thing. But then I'm starting to learn politics. And I'm learning. And then I started supporting Ted Cruz. Pushing for Ted Cruz. Stomping for Ted Cruz because he was principled. I'm watching this orange, ridiculous dude dog his wife, and Ted Cruz stood up. I'm like, man, if he's standing up for his wife, he'll definitely stand up for me. Lita pointed out how he stood 23 hours on the floor because Obamacare and I'm going, man, if he'll stand 23 hours on the floor, he'll stand for me. I'm watching all these things. And then when it comes down to the end of the day, I watched this principled man that got dogged out by this orange dude because of politics, took his principles and set them to the side, and then encouraged me to vote for Trump, a lifelong liberal, Was not going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. I don't care what kind of lipstick you put on that dude's pig and teleprompter. Not going to happen. But I watched Ted Cruz do it for what? Political reasons. That's when I made the decision that, man, I'll talk politics, but I want to talk we the people off the ledge of these politicians being the saviors and the harbingers of helping our children. I'll use everything invested in me to go help these children the way I've always been doing it, and I will never endorse another politician, Republican, Democrat, or anything. I will always share the part politics should play in our lives, and that should not take precedence over our Christian faith. We should never be able to bend the word of God to elect a politician when God says we all fall short and he sent his only begotten son. And if that makes me a liberal, I don't think you understand what liberalism is. I think you just like it because you don't have nothing else to say and you're ridiculous. Period. We the people, not them the government. Period. That's where freedom lies. That Christ Jesus that you want to put to the side for a lesser of evils, he said you could do all things through him. It disturbs me. Last little point. I have a lot of friends on Facebook. Every single one of you guys are my friends. Even the guy that said, I can't wait till Trump gives the orders for me to hang your black ass. That's his words. Got respect from me. I invited him on the show. He didn't get blocked. He didn't get unfriended. Why? Because that's how he felt. I think I have a different role than you guys. I will defend you to high heaven for your ability to block or whoever you want. Whatever it is that you're tripping on, whatever it is that somebody else is tripping on, I will defend at the high heaven. I got wounded in combat for that. Getting me to be against or for one other person? No. I do it in a specific kind of way. But we have differences of opinions as conservatives and as Christians. And I will always, always defend your right to have that difference of opinion. See, there's three aspects of communication. You have actual communication, you have perceived communication, and you have desired communication. What I see in most of the arguments with us conservatives is somebody actually said something that was perceived a certain way by somebody else, and then you responded what you desired to be communicated to you. In that order. Instead of reaching out and asking, because you guys know me. When that one person in the group said, Phil, you're in a time warp, I asked them, what did you mean by a time warp? Because I didn't want to perceive anything. I wanted to hear their response. And I responded to that. I asked the question because I didn't want my emotions to take over and then start getting into my perceived communication and then start speaking out of what I desire you to say to me. If we are all conservatives, we're all for freedom of speech and things like this, I think that we need to protect that amongst others. If there is something that actually happened and it was perceived a certain way, we have to be very careful at what we're desiring somebody to say. At the same time, we're saying we're protecting somebody's speech. That's just my opinion. But I think that we're grown people that can defend ourselves. And I'll come in if you bring me into the conversation to where I got to defend myself and my friends. I will do it. I've proven it to you. I've proven it to you. But I want to be the guy that when you want to replace this limp balls and shucky duckies and spanks the Hannitys from lying to you, and bending and shaping things so that you can be mad at your fellow Americans. When you want to replace them, I want you to say Phil Williams got to replace him. Phil Williams was always honest with us, and Phil Williams is about empowering us in the name of Jesus Christ and understanding politics. Not lying to us so 2xT and Rush Revere and all this kind of stuff so they can get rich. I want to be the guy that replaces this foolishness. I want to be the guy that you says, man, Phil is worthy of my donation. Because Phil is helping these kids and these children in his black community, his white community. He's a black life that matters versus running around with this fictitious foolishness that's taught in these liberal institutions that you want to accuse me of being a liberal with. Because you don't have an argument for the fact that you bought your 30 pieces of silver and some orange dude that's never been a conservative can dangle a conservative bone in front of you and then now you'll defend it. For whatever reason you have. You're the liberal. My friends, I'm not the liberal. You are. Get a better argument that doesn't start with, at least it's not Hillary. It doesn't start with, he's done a few good things. It doesn't start with, he helped the black community. And he told a bunch of white people to go punch somebody in the black community, you fool. I'm helping the black community. And your orange Julius Caesar with Russian dressing salad ain't helping me. Don't need them to. I would like for you to do it more than the government. Because God's people will get the credit. Not some government that God didn't want us to have in the first place. We begged him for government. And it seems like we're repeating the same thing over again. Check the tape. Go back to every debate that happened on the so-called smaller government conservative side. You were begging every politician to have more government intervention. Check the tape. But you definitely check the tape before you call me a liberal and any of my friends. Love each other more, people. Love each other more. We all got differences of opinion. That's what makes us awesome. Defending that right of people's differences of opinion, that's what's going to save this country. Hey, I'm Phil Williams. I love you guys. Please like the Phil Williams Show on Facebook. Like it. Go there right now. Phil Williams Show on Facebook. Like it. And if you'd like to support some of my programs, Little Jimmy's book, it's on Amazon, Kindle, and Nook. Support Little Jimmy's Always Positive Tablets and Teddy Bears. Support what I'm doing with my partner, Based in Health Zone, Little Jimmy's Get Fit Challenge. Support our anti-drug program, Jacob's Ladder. Support these. This is us doing it. And watch the government have to come around to us. Because I'm tired of seeing people advocate for more government. It seems like all we turn into is social media government advocates. That's scary to me. That's not freedom, people. Especially if they're not listening to us. Check the tape. Lil Jimmy, djpaz.jimdo.com. Or you can mail a check or money order to Philip Williams, P.O. Box 3331, Decatur, Georgia, 30031. Like the Phil Williams Show page. Hey, I love you, and I will never let anybody have me participate in hating you, especially for a politician. See you guys later.